Welcome to the GCN Tech Show. Oh, it's good to have you back, man.
Thanks.
No worries. Coming up this week, we have a new bike from Canyon, rumours of Jumbo-Visma switching across to SRAM, classified hubs in Spinergy wheels, and we've got even more hot tech from the Bespoked bike show.
We have, plus our main talking point this week, are e-bikes potentially dangerous?
I don't know, are they?
Find out.
Right, first up, let's take a look at last week's poll.
I should look at yours.
Yeah, we'll look at mine, mate. Last week you weren't here. We talked about gravel bikes and road bikes being used on a gravel course. And we asked everybody if they'd ride their road bike on gravel. So 52% of people said hell yeah. And 47% of people said no way. So kind of almost even.
I wouldn't.
No?
No.
How come?
Well, I would for a little bit, but I wouldn't go and do a gravel ride on my road bike. Because I wouldn't want to, like, knacker the paint.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that, actually. Also, our percentages, once again, don't add up to 100.
Weird.
I'm not sure what the
Conspiracy
reason.
theorists are going to go mad there.
They are going to go nuts.
Main talking point time.
Yes, so the main talking point. This is something that I was discussing with a couple of friends a few weeks back. And what they were trying to say to me was that e-bikes were dangerous because they were allowing people to ride further and faster than what they would be able to do on a normal bike, so a non-e-bike. And as such, it would put people into a dangerous situation. I'm not sure I quite agree with that, but I thought we could probably discuss it.
What are you talking about? Like,
So-
give us an example.
Imagine you're on holiday, you've gone to a mountainous region,
Right.
You've hired an e-bike, you're a complete novice, and as such, with the e-bike assistance, you're going to be able to ride all the way to the top of the climbs. But the theory that they were suggesting was that you then haven't got the skills and the ability to maybe be safe on the descents.
So it's like going to the Stelvio Pass,
Yeah.
getting an e-bike,
Yeah.
going right to the top,
Yeah.
and then what, like...
Descending, and because you perhaps aren't experienced or haven't encountered that situation before,
Yeah.
you could be putting yourself and others at risk by, well, crashing, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you just need to apply common sense to this situation.
Are they suggesting in this conversation that it's like someone who can't swim getting armbands on or water wings if you're in America,
Yeah.
and going to the deep end of the swimming pool where they shouldn't be?
I kind of guess it's that theory,
Right.
but that's making the assumption that someone using an e-bike has like a really low ability, but I don't think that's the case. Lots of people use e-bikes that are big into cycling, and then they just use it because they like using it.
Yeah, I also don't think that. Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with this.
No, I feel like I quite strongly disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people are a bit more intelligent than that. I think
A lot
someone
more intelligent.
is capable of riding down even the Stelvio path. They might go really slowly.
Yeah.
But like they're capable of getting
Yeah,
down it.
completely. Although one thing I did see when I was on holiday a couple of weeks ago, two absolute loonies riding up this climb in Mallorca on e-bikes. They came flying past me, and they were in t-shirts and they had flip-flops on. They were just riding all over the road.
Yeah.
So then that does kind of give a flip side to it. That you think if they'd have been on a normal bike, they would have been out of harm's way, riding along the flat seafront bit.
Yes. That's a good point. Well, while I can sort of see where people would be coming from, I think I think it's highly unlikely in most instances that people are going to, get up to the Stelvio Pass and then die at the top because
It's an extreme example.
Yeah, but like I've said in many videos where we've talked about e-bikes, I think they are great. I think the way in which that they have the potential to make incredible places and experiences accessible to a wider range of people, irrespective of your fitness level, is a great thing.
Yeah, I think that's part of the big draw of it.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing in life is risk-free, is it?
Well, that's true. Yeah. But there is a big risk that we need to talk about.
Yeah, go on.
A big, fiery elephant in the room risk with e-bikes, because e-bikes have a burning problem.
They do in some examples. So this is an article I was reading online, and in the article it was saying in New York through this year to where we are right now, there have been about 130 e-bike or e-scooter battery fires, which is quite an alarmingly high number, I feel.
130. Well, 130, but how many, like, roughly e-bikes and scooters are there in New York?
a considerable amount more than that. They didn't give a breakdown of what proportion were e-scooters or e-bikes, but these fires had also led to 5 deaths, which is dreadful to hear. Yeah. You're that shocked?
Well, I'm shocked by that, because I would think that, like, if you've got a Tesla and that catches fire, you're kind of trapped in a metal thing.
Yeah.
Right? But if you're on an e-scooter and it catches fire,
no, so
I just jump off.
Well, so this isn't the issue. The issue, I think, what we're talking about is arising from the batteries charging, which is 9 times out of 10 going to be done in your house or in your garage. That is where I think.
So it's not when you're in motion.
No, it's not when you're in motion. So the risk is presented when you're charging up a battery, any battery to be fair, not specifically limited to e-bikes or e-scooters, and if you're using a charger which isn't of the right type and safety standards, it doesn't stop charging when the battery is charged. Therefore, it overcharges it. The battery essentially gets hot and causes a reaction inside the cells. That's how you get your fire. And lithium fires are pretty nasty things to deal with.
Lithium is highly flammable. Yeah. One of my favourite things is.
Do you want to hit us with some lithium facts? Do you want to look some up?
Well, I think it might actually be my favourite chemical reagent of all time is tertiary butyl lithium. Spontaneously combusts in air. You just spray it around out of syringes like a little mini flamethrower. It's fun.
I gotta be honest, I'm not gonna be doing that anytime soon.
Useful reagent. So this is a thing with all lithium batteries, not just the ones in e-scooters or e-bikes. Lithium batteries are in loads of things, your phone, your laptop, cameras, all sorts. And that's one of the reasons why you're not allowed to take them in the hold luggage on planes. You have to have them in your hand luggage.
Makes sense.
It's just that the ones in e-bikes, I guess, they're just big. They have really big ones.
Yeah.
So it's a much bigger fire hazard.
Yeah.
But, what I do know is that if you're buying from a reputable brand of any electrical appliance or e-bike or whatever it is, then there's strict safety standards that they have to adhere to.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And so I think that's, you should be okay if you're doing that. It's where it gets dodgy is maybe you buy something from,
lesser known brand basically, or
just there are that you can get like e-bike conversion kits.
Some of the basically unbranded stuff.
That's maybe on like Alibaba or something. But people have done that, and there have been e-bike fires. There was one in Australia that was an e-bike conversion or some sort of that. And then the other thing is maybe someone's charger breaks. That's a good point.
Or using the incorrect charger.
Well, yeah, but like if your charger breaks, you might go online and buy like a cheap replacement.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's a good point.
And then that's.
I guess it's not necessarily a brand issue. It's more a case of making sure that what you have meets the required safety standards, and there's some sort of record or certification that it's done all the testing and is registered to be safe and secure to use.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the big takeaway from this. So, sort of bit of a quick recap. Do we think e-bikes are generally dangerous?
No.
No, I'm completely with you on that. I think we could have cleared that up in about 10 seconds, couldn't we, really?
Yeah.
Do we think e-bikes are likely to just spontaneously combust?
No.
I also think that's incredibly unlikely. But electrical safety, is something to take very seriously. So do check the stuff that you have at home to make sure it meets all the standards. But I am actually really keen to hear anyone else's thoughts on this. So do let us know in the comments section down below if you think...
I've also got an idea for a poll.
Yeah? Go on.
Are e-scooters a menace? Yes or no?
A simple poll. I quite like it, though. I feel like lots of people hate on the e-scooters.
I do.
Yeah.
They are a menace.
But do let me know in the comments section down below your thoughts on e-bikes in general and your thoughts on battery safety as well. Keen to hear everyone's thoughts on that. It's now time for hot and spicy tech, and I'm going to kick things off with a brand new bike from Canyon. So this was spotted being first used at the Track World Championships last week, and...
by Team USA.
Thanks for adding that. And I actually got in touch with Canyon and asked them if they had any information about it. They said no, other than just handing me the sort of normal press release.
Right.
So should I skim through this?
Yeah, go for it.
So Canyon is proud to announce a new technical partnership with USA's cycling's track program. They've got their sights set on glory at 2024 Paris Olympics. It's being driven by a team of industry-leading engineers, designers, aerodynamicists, and former Olympic and world champions. So they're working today with world-class athletes. New chapter on the track, bringing cover for the first time in breaking cover for 2022 Track World Champs.
It's a cool looking bike, isn't it?
It is a cool looking bike.
What's the big sort of interesting thing is that they've gone for there's like two competing schools of thought on track bikes at the moment, which you can say are narrow and wide. So you've got the Lotus bike, which we've spoken about a lot before, very wide with the stays. The idea is that it's sort of directing the airflow over the rider's legs, and it also probably has an impact on the wake that's created behind that bike, which could or could not have advantages in things like the team pursuit. But
that is a good point.
This bike has gone down the narrow route.
Yeah.
You can see front on, like incredibly narrow.
Very narrow. Actually.
Very narrow fork blades. And also, there's still a lot of teams when you were looking at the track worlds that were using bikes that are of the generation before the UCI's regulations update. So one of the things that makes this stand out is that the fork blade, super deep.
Yeah.
Relative to a lot of the older bikes, they still use quite thin fork blades. So there's an aerodynamic advantage immediately there. The other thing that struck me was the cockpit design on this. So you've got a nice mono riser at the front, and then on top of that is what looks to be a 3D printed titanium mount that's come from Wattshop, onto which the Team USA were mounting the Wattshop Anemoy tri-bars.
Oh, that's
which is pretty cool, yeah.
That is cool, yeah.
So I don't know whether that's going to be something that is part of the actual build that's commercially available to everyone to buy.
Yeah, or if that's like in the early stages.
If it's just like a Team USA thing, but pretty cool.
Interesting.
Some other hot tech rumours coming from the Pro Peloton are that apparently Jumbo-Visma might be using SRAM group sets instead of Shimano ones next year.
That is, well, as you said, it's a rumour only at the moment.
Nothing has been confirmed from either SRAM or Jumbo-Visma, and we have reached out to both of them.
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's also the rumour that, Team UAE are going to be switching from Campagnolo, and Tadej Pogacar and his team will be using Shimano next year as well.
Wow, that's quite a big change.
All change going in the group set
All sorts of change.
But also, last week was the Bespoked bike show in London, which was great. If you've never seen it, check out the video that we put out, because there's so much cool sort of independent frame manufacturers and stuff going on there, and smaller brands, and a lot of incredible paint jobs in there.
You look like you had a great time. I was actually quite jealous.
So much creative, cool stuff. It's really nice. And we didn't unfortunately have time to show you everything that was there, but here's a couple of other things that we saw at the Bespoke show. So first up, some clothing repair patches from Albion. I'm over on the Albion stand, and they're a growing clothing company who have a mission statement of just trying to keep people outdoors for longer. So they've got some really nice clothing here, but there's a couple of bits in particular that I want to show you. And one of the cool things I really like is their sort of sustainability approach. So they offer lifetime repairs on all their kit, and they can do that by sending your item that you've bought or damaged back to them, and they repair it. Or they can send you these repair kits, which I think are brilliant. So in here are a load of different patches of different sizes, and then if you've got a little hole because you've fallen off, accidents happen, you simply iron this on, and it seals the hole on your damaged garment, which I think is absolutely brilliant. These would be a godsend. I could really do with some of those, and it almost makes a feature out of the repair. It shows, it's like battle scars or whatever, but I quite like it. This is really interesting. So this is a musette that you could carry stuff in as a bag, but it's also insulated. So you can actually unclip it and take it off, and then you can put it under your jacket or jersey, and then it serves as like a windbreak insulation layer for like a cold morning. But then maybe as the day warms up and you get to your destination or a shop, you've then got a bag that you can use as a musette. I really like it. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, actually, it does look really good. I'm all about increasing the sustainability and getting extra life out of all your clothing. So that's pretty cool.
It makes like a sort of feature of the repair as well, which I think that's quite cool.
Like a cycling patchwork quilt.
Yeah, it's cool.
Or if you crash a lot, I guess, like me. Also, you mentioned we have some tailfin racks as well. So have a look at those.
I'm over at the Tailfin stand, and they've got Josh Ibbert's bike from the Atlas Mountain race. It's his Mason, and it's still got all the dirt on from the Atlas Mountains, which is really cool. But there's some really cool Tailfin stuff on here. So you've got their aero pack on the back here, which is, well, something that was originally crowdfunded. It's been a real crowdfunding success story. It's carbon fibre, so nice aero stays here that then hold this pack in place, and it means that you've got a bag on the back for bike packing that isn't, swaying like a pendulum like you can get on those rear bags. It's hold in place, but this isn't like an ungainly racking system. It just looks very neat and very smart. But they've got some new prototype bags here, and Josh is someone who's worked with them as like a sort of, well, as a sort of pro adventurer, if you will, to help design their bags. And one of the cool features on here is the straps that I noticed. So a lot of bikepacking bags have Velcro straps on them, which means that they don't hold that secure in place. Whereas these have got a special strap design on them, which, according to Tailfin, doesn't move. Once that's strapped on, the bag is locked in place. And as a result, Josh says that it doesn't mess up the paint on the bike, which is a common thing, again, with like gravel bikes. Where the bag touches the bike, it can then rub away at the paint. That could be absolutely brilliant. Also, if you look at how secure this top tube bag is, because it's got these two straps on here, because the straps are so secure, there's no need to have a strap on that goes around your stem or head tube at the front, which can be a bit annoying and interfere with your steering a bit. Really cool designs. Apparently there are some other features of these prototype bags which they can't tell me about, but are really significant. So, I can't wait to find out more. We'll tell you when we know.
Next up in Hot Tech, we have got some new wheels from Spinergy. Remember those with their like PBO fibre spokes?
Do I?
Oh, super cool. So Spinergy have teamed up with Classified, the power shift hub, the front derailleur killer, as they call it. And what they've done, they've manufactured an incredibly large hub shell, which means the power shift unit can be incorporated into it, but also removed and fitted into other wheels in the Spinergy range. So you've got like road, gravel, aluminium, carbon wheels. It means you haven't got to buy multiple power shift units. You can switch them between different bikes and different terrains. It's pretty cool, eh?
Yeah. Classified just going from strength to strength. Like Eurobike, they announced all those new brands that they were working with in their wheels, but it feels like it's something that's like properly taking off, which is good to see because
I'm pleased to see some momentum behind it.
Yeah, it's good tech.
Yeah. I'm really jealous Si got to ride it and I haven't tried it out yet.
I still haven't tried it either.
Yeah, we can hope, can't we, one day. And then finally, this week in Hot Tech, we've got to give a mention to our new book, which is dropping any day now. And so the book is titled The Complete Guide to Cycling Psychology. So this has been written by Mark Beaumont and psychologist Dr. Jim Taylor. Mark Beaumont being a world record holder in all sorts of endurance events. So the book will take you through the psychological challenges that you're going to try and overcome, I guess.
Yeah. Psychology in sports, fascinating. I'm really interested in it.
I definitely am interested.
It makes such a big difference.
Do you know what also is a really good stocking filler for Christmas?
What?
Some good stocking filler for Christmas.
Oh, that is?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, I just think it's an amazing stocking filler. Are you going to get me one?
A book's a bit big for a stocking.
What can I say? I've got big stockings. More Hot Tech next week.
Now, time for comments of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and, well, I wasn't here last week. I'm glad I wasn't, because I saw what Connor did.
Yeah, I know.
What on earth was that?
I'm not entirely sure I've recovered from it yet.
Well, anyway, the search for the comments of the week jingle is ongoing. Fortunately, this week, because we've got some blooming amazing fans, right?
Yeah.
Andrea Artico, who's from Veneto in Italy.
They did take pity on us.
He's made a jingle. This is a fan-made jingle.
Should we play it?
I think it's incredible. Play it.
Comments of the week.
I couldn't actually hear it just then, but it's going to be great.
It's well, I mean, keep them coming, but
I'll tell you, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should start getting everyone to make a jingle and email it in directly to you. I won't tell everyone your email address.
Just anyway, yeah. I think that it's ongoing. The quest for the jingle, the right jingle. We'll know it when we find it.
The
Anyway.
sized remix one still was the best for me.
Is it?
Yeah, that was
I
the
quite
best
like that one.
Yeah.
Right. Comment.
First comment is from Carlos Braga. They say, seeing the Gravel World Championships have the full podium without a single gravel bike was absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I'm kind of with them on that, although lots of people were in agreement that was partly down to the UCI making the course have so much road and lightweight gravel on it.
Yeah. But also, I think probably they just don't have a lot of gravel bikes, those pros, and they've just turned up with what they've got.
Yeah, they've been riding a road bike all summer.
They get they get given road bikes and TT bikes, but it's quite unusual for a lot of the pros there to be given a gravel bike as well.
Yeah.
A lot of them probably only had road bikes.
That's actually a good point. I don't know why I didn't think of that last week.
They're not gravel pros. So,
yeah.
This is a comment from Jan Willem Keulenberg under the Bespoked video. So if you've not seen this video, it's the one from the Bespoke show where there's all the amazing paint jobs.
I actually watched
He was actually like, well, he said word count from a very enthusiastic Ollie, beautiful 17 times, absolutely 12 times, really 25 times, amazing 5 times, incredible 7 times, and cool 15 times.
Well, that's obviously how good it was.
Yeah, I sense he is taking the piss, but at least I'm amazed that he actually sat there and counted it all.
Yeah, that's...
Commitment.
Would have had to watch it quite a few times to do that.
There is some really cool stuff in that vid, like really amazing paint jobs and stuff. Like, check it out if that's your thing.
Another comment from underneath the Bespoke show. There was lots of really good comments, but I picked out a couple of light-hearted ones because it made me actually laugh out loud when I read it. So this says, Ollie, clean-shaven and in a rush for a train, does it mean it's date night? Was it date night?
I can neither confirm or deny.
Wow, all right. Well, we're none the wiser, but at least we kind of cleared it up. And then also, underneath the North Coast 500 tech video, Hank kindly presented for us in our absence, we've got nice catch at 8:01. So I don't know if you've seen this, but Hank's chatting to Mark Beaumont, talking through all the tech babble, and then the wind just catches the bike ever so slightly. It goes to full, and Hank is like a ninja, doesn't even change where he's looking or his tone of voice, he just goes, catches the bike.
Jedi reflexes.
Like a true professional, carries on without batting an eyelid.
Cool. Right. Well, keep your comments coming. I think it's time for the Bike Vault.
Oh, you bet it is. Where's the bell?
Alex's favourite part of the show. So the Bike Vault, where you submit pictures of your bikes. We judge them to be either nice or super nice, and you can submit your pictures in the GCN app. And you can vote on all the bikes featured as well.
That's the best bit about it. Everyone can get involved.
I know. The most Superniced bike from last week, Rafjet 777.
Yeah. An actual gravel bike.
Wow. that is a beauty.
I like that.
For that. So that actually is very similar to the bike that Andrew Feather used on the steepest climb in the world.
It is.
A gravel.
Near identical.
Or Grevel.
Actually.
Is it Grevel or Gravel? I don't know.
Gravel.
I don't actually know.
It's gravel.
Gravel sounds like gravel, but I think it's Grevel. Like evil.
I feel quite strongly on gravel.
Okay.
All right.
Well, there you go.
I've been wrong once in the past.
I think you ring the bell for that one.
Yeah, I'll ring the bell.
Oz Celtic next. He's got a Trek Grevel bike.
It's a Trek SL7, it says here, from 2022.
Yeah.
Oh, a drop a seat post.
That is cool. I like that. I like the functionality of the.
Yeah. Looks really nice,
Are
actually.
they 650Bs as well?
I'm going to say I feel like it's quite likely because massive tyres and it's quite a small frame size.
I like it. Do you know what? It's
not in big or small.
The wheels are cropped out. Nice.
Oh, we could give him benefit of that. It might have been how I got it out of the Bike Vault.
Not getting the whole bike in the frame for me is a
It's game over, is it?
Criminal.
All right. Okay.
Who have we got next?
Nice. Next is from J. Joe with a Crew Defender.
Crew Defender. Oh, God.
What on earth has happened here?
Nice.
Nice.
Thomas Schmidt's next with a
road bike pizza cutter. I mean, it's in the Bike Vault. Should we judge it? It's only right that we judge it.
It's non-drive side.
Non-drive side. Cranks on the line because you haven't got any cranks. Accessories are removed.
Tell you what though, good depth of field.
Yeah.
And no shadow stand.
No shadow. I've said it before. If it has a shadow stand, that would have been a Superniced.
It would have been.
Yeah.
No, next is Jack J253, who has an Aurum Magma.
Oh, lightweight wheels as well.
Yeah, that's very similar to the bike that Alberto Contador was riding when I dropped him.
Did he have lightweight wheels?
He did.
Oh, wow. Oh, boy. This looks nice.
Got
I
a
really
ceramic
like
speed oversized pulley wheel system on there as well.
Yeah.
Wahoo speed plates. It is a nice bike, that, isn't it?
That is nice.
I do. They are smart, those Aurums. What are we saying?
Very good.
What are we saying?
Well, valves are aligned.
Needs to do his weeding and jet wash his patio and his.
The bike is at a very slight jaunty angle.
Yeah, that's cracking me a bit. That.
But I really do like that colour as well. It's almost ever so slightly iridescent.
Let's let it creep in.
Yeah,
it's creeping into the vault.
We don't want to be grumpy, do we?
Creeping into the vault.
Yeah, we won't be grumpy.
Lewis, 13.
A super bike before its first ride. This is the Venge Vias from 2018. Oh, look at this thing.
No pedals. No pedals.
Yeah,
Nice.
the colour's outrageous.
Yeah, it's nice. It's no pedals.
If I could have a bike painted any colour, it would be like that.
Would it?
I just love it. I think maybe just because I've not owned a bike like that. I feel like if it's like many things in life, the desire to own it is quite often better than once you've actually got it.
I do like that paint colour, which we said was like unicorn blood on the Ribble bikes, and then people were asking Ribble, "I want unicorn blood," and it's not even actually a colour; it's just what we said.
Yeah, they maybe have to rename the colour.
Unicorn blood.
It's the only logical solution.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. I want to go Superniced, but I appreciate you can disagree on it.
Well, we have to agree, and it's got no pedals.
Damn it. I'm willing to let it slide.
I'm not.
Nice it is. Right, that was the last 5 volt for this week. We're going to have to wrap this show up pretty quick before I've got to get out of here before I actually cry because I'm quite upset about that last bike. It's been fantastic having you back. We've had a good time. The bike vault has been amazing as always. And don't forget to let us know in the comments section down below all about your thoughts on e-bikes. Right, should we get out of here?
E-scooters. Menace.
You really hate e-scooters, don't you? See you later.